What's up, guys? It's a moment for me to Needless, and today I want to talk a little bit about discipline and the role that discipline plays in staying on a plant-based lifestyle or a raw vegan lifestyle. Whatever you're doing, discipline plays a role. So someone in a comment actually brought this up to me and asked me to talk about it, and it's funny because I haven't really consciously thought about it, but me myself, I've been eating in a certain way since I was 17. So even though I wasn't plant-based until I was 30, I have been consciously eating in a certain way because I was an athlete at a young age, and it wasn't until I was 16 going on 17, that I started to learn about a couple of things about nutrition. It wasn't much, but I learned some things, right? I learned how to create certain results for myself. And because of that, I changed the way I ate. And what that did was it set in motion a discipline for me to be able to change at sort of like whenever I like, let's say I come to a new understanding in, okay, this is what's gonna probably be more optimal for me than if I eat this. Once I realize that, I make the switch. It's as simple as that. I don't hesitate, and I don't try to make excuses. I don't look for conflicting information, right? If, like I said, if it makes sense to me. So when it comes to like being plant-based, right? There's all these different scientific studies. There are plenty of doctors who will tell you, why you should be plant-based and so on and so forth. There's a lot more doctors that will tell you otherwise, but I'm talking about the ones that know a little something. So, when it comes to being plant-based, damn, I lost my train of thought. I think I was saying when it comes to being plant-based, it just makes sense. Like if I was to go to eat meat, right? If I was to say, why do I eat food? I eat food for energy, right? Where does this energy come from? It comes from the sun. Okay. The sun, I can't eat the sunlight, right? You know what I mean? Some people are breatharian, and those people, obviously they can or whatever, but I can't, for me, I'm not breatharian, so I don't know how to do that. I don't want to die. So, so I'm not doing that at this time, but that's not saying in the future, who knows? But anyway, so as it is right now, I'm not breatharian. So what is the next purest source of energy? From the sun. It's the plants. The plants take the sunlight, they convert the sunlight into all these beautiful nutrients and amino acids and all these wonderful things that when we eat, we get all these benefits, right? Well, then there's the animals. That's the third source of the food, right? Of energy, right? You're getting it third hand. If you wanted to get your energy first hand, you would get it from the sun. If you can't get it from the sun, then you would go to the plants. If you can't get it from the plants, then you go to the animals. That's third hand. So when it comes to anything in life, we really don't want to get anything third hand. We want to get it first hand, and we prefer second hand over third hand if we can't get it first hand. So with that being said, the reason why I say that is when you understand that, then it just makes sense to you. It's like, you can go and check out all the studies and this, that, and the other, but these kind of things make sense. And then whenever you try it and you see and feel the benefits, then it's confirmed. You know what I mean? And when you see that there are other people that are doing it, that have seen and felt the benefits, that have done it for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, and live very healthy, exceptionally healthy, disease-free lives, then you have to start to say, okay, there's something to this. It makes sense. It's backed by science, in these ways. Yes, when it comes to science, there's always conflicting studies. There's always a study for this point, and there's a study for this point. So you can't fully just go into science because you won't know what to do. So yeah, with that being said, when you understand that, then you now have the rationale behind why am I doing this in the first place, right? And then beyond that, you have the moral reasons. If you're somebody who feels that moral responsibility, if you don't, then that's okay. You don't feel that, that's fine. But if you do, then you have the moral implications as far as all the animal lives that you are a part of saving, that you're not destroying, you know. And it's not like to be like, oh, I'm some hero or whatever, but it's just like, no, I'm minimizing suffering. As long as I can, as long as I'm here, I'm going to minimize suffering. So there's that, and then there's the environmental aspects, right? So that's you're benefiting the environment. So these kind of things are things that you can think about to say, well, this is why I'm doing this, right? And I have really good reasons why I'm doing this. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it has to be something that you enjoy. It has to be something that you enjoy. Now, if you're coming from a lifestyle where you're used to eating just junk, you know, you're used to eating all this different junk and you don't have much discipline regarding what you put in your mouth, then it's going to be tougher for you. But this is something that I often say, you learn to love what's good for you. So let's say you don't like any food that's actually good for you. If you start eating it just little by little, eventually you'll develop a taste for it. So you can develop these things into habits, but it does take some discipline, initially especially. But you only have so much discipline, right? You use a lot of your discipline for work, you use a lot of your discipline for whatever else it is. You don't have that much discipline left to stick to a diet that you don't like. So you have to make sure that you like it. So if you're gonna do something like be raw, and you go raw and you're like, man, I don't really like this. This is extremely hard. I really want a cooked meal. I say, have that cooked meal. Say, I'm gonna have the cooked meal once a day. It'll be my dinner. It'll be my reward for doing the right thing all day. You know, and eventually when you feel led to, you can take the next step. So those are the kind of, you have to work with yourself, and you have to give yourself the leeway to say, you know what, maybe this was my ideal of what I thought I would be able to do, but I can't exactly be perfect right now. So I'm gonna have to do this instead. And then you do that, and after a while of doing that, eventually you'll feel a pull, a gentle pull to take the next step, and so on and so forth in your evolution into whatever's right for you. But you can't push yourself to eat a certain way for the rest of your life. It's not gonna work. You cannot push yourself and push yourself and push yourself day after day after day after day, year after year. You're gonna burn out. So it's gotta be something sustainable. It's gotta be something that you enjoy. And if you can, and you gotta have some good reasons behind it. So if you can put those things together, then you can definitely stay with the plant-based lifestyle. You can enjoy it, you can love it. And that's important. You have to enjoy it, you have to love it. And if you don't, you're not gonna stick with it. It's as simple as that. But anyway, I hope this helps you guys. Subscribe, like the video, you know, hit me up in emails if you have questions, you wanna work with me. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.